This series of training manuals that you'll be watching are designed for inmates of Ikoyi Correctional Center. The instructions are part of the Informal Justice Court project of ASCAP in partnership with the Lagos Public Interest Law Partnership and the Lagos State University. The instructions present skills and techniques in basic acting, voice and speech, improvisation, role-playing, music making, and of course, set design to enable participants to tell their stories and act them out with very minimal theater tools. The aim is for us to prepare them for their appearances in court, where they have confidence and understanding of what the justice system is and how the court works in Nigeria. Sit back and enjoy them. My name is Tunji Aziz. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to our acting, voice and speech class. Today, before we go far into the class, I'd like us to learn some exercises that I would like us to use in preparing for each class. Very simple. Please, can we stand erect? All stand up. Now make sure that your right hand is outstretched to your side so that it touches the next person's shoulder. So your right hand on the left person's shoulder. Yes, in that position. Can we take it round so that it's a big circle? Easy. Now we're in our circular position, still with our hands outstretched. Now drop your hands down. Quite easy, right? Okay, simple coordination. Now let's try to improve our breathing, which is a very key component in helping us with our voices for acting. Let's take in air for 5 seconds. Inhale for 5 seconds. Hold our breath for 5 seconds and exhale for 5 seconds. I'll give you an example. So I start on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So I've just held my breath for 5 seconds, inhaled for 5 seconds, held my breath for 5 seconds, and I exhaled for 5 seconds. Let's try it again. Inhale. When you inhale, make sure that your stomach walls, your diaphragm, sucks in enough air, and as you're breathing in, the stomach is acting like a balloon, and it's being inflated. That's it increase. As you take in the air, your belly go increase. So let's try it. Taking air for 5 seconds. Now, go. So we move on to our next exercise. This one is a bit more tasking, but it's fun. Still in our circular positions with our hands outstretched to the right, just to maintain that space, social distancing. And this one is more interesting. It is called amebo. Yes, amebo or gossip. And it's simple. Let's start by taking numbers. And please, each participant, speak your number out loudly with all of your mouth. For example, I am number 1.
2, 3, 4, 5.
And so on till everybody in the class has been counted. I want us to, having taken numbers, will the first person, yes, participant number 1, I, for instance, I will write a simple 3 or 4 words that make up a sentence. Example, the sun is hot, 4 letter. I am hungry, that's 3 letter. So something that's simple. Will he write it on paper without letting any other person in the class know. Having written that, please squeeze the paper and drop it right in the center of the circle. Have you done that? Yes. Write your simple sentence on a piece of paper and drop it at the center of the class. Thank you. Now, that sentence that you wrote, please whisper it into the ear of the person to your right. Yes, that person whose shoulder you placed your right arm on, please whisper into his ear. Make sure the next person doesn't hear it. Okay, participant number 2, please, in the same vein, pass what you heard to participant number 3. Have you done that? Easy. Make sure nobody hears. Participant number 3, please pass on to participant number 4, 5, 6, 7. Any amount of people in the class, they can play this game. The last participant whose ear something has been said into, please say out loudly what you heard. For instance, I'm the last participant and I heard, I did go. So I say, I did go. And having said that, will participant number 1 go to the center of the class, pick up the sheet of paper, and read out loudly what was written. It's fun, right? Okay, more often than not, as is with gossip, what we hear is not what we translate or transmit to the next person. If we've been able to get this, then we are super amebos or super gossips. But that's not what we want. This exercise is to promote team bonding, promote clarity of speech, and improve our listening. You get that? So that's the third exercise I would like us to do, amebo, and I would like us to adapt it and do it each time that we meet in the class. This third set of exercises is more to strengthen our vocal cords, our throat, our tongues, all the things that make our speech clearer. We'll be starting with simple tongue trills. And let me show you what a tongue trill sounds like and what it looks like. All I've done is to push air out from my stomach in such a way that my tongue rattles up and down my mouth. Yes, like I'm saying R, R. All right, but we are going to do all our exercises on a musical scale. Yes, you know the musical scale. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And then we can reverse it. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. So we'll do our tongue trill in that scale. First going up, and then we'll do up, and then we'll come down. Let's try it. All right, and even if you don't get it for the first time, please continue to try, and you'll perfect it in your own spare time. All right, so we'll go. I do it one more time. Okay, those were tongue trills. Let's now move on to lip rolls. Yes, lip rolls. It's the same technique. Our lips are supposed to touch each other in vibration when we push air from inner of us, from our stomachs. So let me show you what it sounds like. Fine, but we're going to do it on a scale. Same scale as we did for our tongue trills, and it's do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, and then we'll come back, do, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, re, do. Yeah, you got that? All right, same thing. So I'll go on the scale quick. Yes, it can be hard, and I wanted you to get it. So just start from a pace and a note that is good and that you can sustain. Yes, that's it. And those are our lip rolls. We'll go straight to our humming. Yes, so sometimes we listen to a song, we love the song, we love the rhythm of the song, but we don't know the words. Anyways, this is where we'll continue to do that. It's humming. It's a great exercise to strengthen our vocal cords. It's a great exercise for projection and to strengthen our voices in any ramification. So let's do it again. And this is just humming. I'll be humming the octaves that we've used. So it's easy, Abby. All right, we'll try it again. Yes, that's our humming. And the last one is neigh, neigh, neigh. Very simple, but just articulate, bite it. Neigh, neigh, neigh. Neigh, neigh, neigh. Just 3 times. And then let's try it. Let me hear someone in the class try it.
Neigh, neigh, neigh.
Fantastic. Someone else?
Neigh, neigh, neigh.
Brilliant. And those are exercises that I like us to imbibe each time we want to warm up our voices. Let's make it as part of our daily routines. Please don't wait till you get to the rehearsals to try this. It's a fun exercise. Have we had fun? All right. Before we run, I want to introduce you to some key personnel that ensure that theater happens. Yes, in other words, I want to introduce you to the people where they work for theater. So I start up with the executive producer, or the producer as you like. That person's function is to make sure that there is money to run a budget for the production. He also ensures the hiring of different artistic departments, those who will head them. He's in charge of hiring of actors. In short, that can be said to be the live wire of the theater production.
And then the artistic director, whose vision and interpretation is what you see on stage.
Yes, the artistic director decides how the play is staged and how people interpret what happens on stage. That's the artistic director. The stage manager is responsible for each rehearsal, setting rehearsals up, maintaining a working environment, and also acts as a go-between, yes, a messenger between the production and different departmental heads to the director, also a go-between between the actors and the director. One of the other key personnel I would like to introduce you to is the properties manager. Yes, and properties, short form for properties in theater is props. And what are props? Props are those handheld items we find in use on the stage or in a play. It might be a pipe of cigarette, it might be sunglasses, it might be a lamp on a desk, it can be anything. But these simple handheld items are managed by one person who's known as the property manager, props manager. He keeps them at the end of the rehearsal, he shares them, he teaches even the actors how to use them, and he's responsible for the design of it or procurement of it. That is the property manager. I'd like to introduce you to the set designer. You know what set is? My colleague has taught you set in an earlier class, and set, simply put, is the background on which the play is performed. And so a set designer is someone who liaises with the director to create that kind of picture, the pictorial background of what you see on the stage. A very key component in the theater. Another person I'd like to introduce you to is the music director, who is in charge of every music that finds its way into a theater production. So the music director is another key person. The dance choreographer, yes, in charge of all our movements, all the dance pieces we put together. It's the dance choreographer who determines what dance move or what dance sequence is important to the play that can help to tell the story. That's the dance choreographer. I'd like to also introduce you to the lighting director, who's in charge of lighting. Is our own Shongo in the theater. He continues to help us where we need lights. Lights, you know, reflect the mood. So the lighting director in charge of the lighting design and lighting cue of the play. And stage hands, those who help us move simple things on stage. They usually are behind the stage and they walk all through the production. Have I missed anything? Okay, let's go to exercises. Which important role do you think that I have missed? Yes? Anybody?
Playwright.
Oh, fantastic. Of course, you know, without the playwright, that's the body of the work. There's really nothing for us to create. And I know I did not mention actor. Yes, the actors are also very important. They are part of, they are, as the word says, actors. They are doing something on stage that brings that beautiful presentation to you. Having said all that, I'd like to ask you, which of these roles will you like to fill? Yes, remember that the informal justice system is also training you to pick up careers in theater. So having explained some of these roles, which one would you like to fill? You know that for our play here in Ikoyi, your stage manager will come from amongst you, your costume designer will come from amongst you, your lighting director, your set, your prop, everybody will come from amongst you. So ask yourself, which of these positions would I be interested in filling? And remember that that position is a position of responsibility. It's something that we look forward to you doing, and we'll be here also to help you. So you can be an actor and still be the set designer. It's not a problem. You can multitask, and that's what I'll be enjoining all of us to do. Thank you very much. I come to the end of this session. Till we meet again, my name is Torisheju Akia Ejo, and this is the theater segment of the Informal Justice Court Project of